Today's subject is leprosy is not a sin. When I was in Korea, there are people who suffer with this leprosy, and they hate to hear the word of leprosy. They prefer to be called Hansen. Now, why they hate, the word of leprosy? Because Bible, said that leprosy is a sin. Come on. Now, the seriousness of leprous people, they have a numbness. So therefore, even though they put fire in the oven, and when they're burning, and then they don't feel because there's no feeling at all. So then they have to cut. There's a lot of problem with that, and then it is bad and very unfortunate to become leprosy. On the top of that, people call that a sin. What the hell are you talking about? Why there's a sin? It's just because of kind of a disease. That's it. Let's not call that kind of disease is a sin. It's bad people. No, I don't believe that way. Then when I was a kid, we saw many those kind of patients. At the time, there is a rumor that these people eat child liver, then they can recover from the leprosy. So in order not to be caught from them, they don't do that. But we had a rumor at that time. Then we just ran away, things like that. Let me introduce a few story I heard, and some biblical class. They go to that kind of a village with leprosy. Then people got no fingers and very looks ugly hand. Then they season with food, things like that. Then okay, try to eat this one. Then normally that normal person went over there, it hesitate to eat that kind of food. Then some people test this student whether, hey, you don't eat, then you are true gospel teller. You are not true Christian. That's what they believe. I don't think this is right either. However, that this happened, and then some reverend went to that village and take over that church, that preside a church a couple of years, and come back to another places. Wow, we respect that kind of person. And one of the touching story, long time ago, I read a book. And one Catholic priest went to some island called Molokai. It is one of the islands in Hawaii, and in over there is just like leprosy patient live in there. Then this a Catholic priest asked them, please accept Jesus as your ruler, and but they told him, you could say that, because you are not leprosy. You become leprosy. You could not say that kind of a word. So this, Catholic priest decided put the, that leprosy virus into the body, became leprosy. Now, you have to believe me. What a touching story. Then, wow. I really, really, respect this, Catholic priest. And some person I know heard this story and became a Catholic priest too. Now, the issue what I'm talking about is the all disease are because of sins. And one of the top priority in the sin is leprosy. So some people become leprosy, and that is very unfortunate, and you are sinner too. They make him worse. Now, what I study in the Bible, then this is written by Levi. Some people, believe that it's written by Moses, but the fact is that Moses may not write this in Leviticus either. Now, when you read in Leviticus chapter 13, verse 47 to 59, and Leviticus chapter 14, verse 33 to 57, and there's a long description about the leprosy. And some of them is not leprosy, it's a kind of skin disease. Now, when I mentioned that this is related with a priest at the time, now Levi. Now let me introduce a few Bible story and about this one. When Miriam criticized her brother Moses, Moses married to a Gentile woman, then she became leprosy. Because criticizing priest. King Uzziah, tried to grab and try to become a priest. Then he became leprosy. Try to, get the authority of the priest. A commander of army, Naaman, went to, Elisa, and then, Elisa told him, okay, you go to, Jordan River and, command up and down 7 times. And then, then when his disciple Gehazi watched about that, then, went to Naaman that, okay, my, teacher asked me that, silver and clothing you gotta give me. Now this disciple became leprosy. Why? Because he wanna be like a priest. So all this story related with the priest. Priest got authority now. Don't try to take over my job. So, in this moment, in many churches, the reverend gives a sermon like this. When you criticize servant of Lord, priest, reverend, then God give you the punishment, then you are going to be leprosy. It is a severe punishment from the God. So don't criticize reverend. Me. I don't believe that. I'm sorry for you. It is nothing got to do with the sin. Now, why I believe that way? Okay. Leprosy is in Korea when I was young. And the leprosy is in Hawaii. But the scope of Bible at the time is limited to, East, West Asia, the Middle East area. They did not know at the time there's in Hawaii or in Korea. They did not know about that. But somebody will argue, no, God controls whole world. Oh yes. Then let me ask you this question. God is good God made, leprosy. Do you think this is good? Second question. Now, the medicine is advanced so much, improved so much, so modern medicine may be able to take care of this kind of Hansen disease. So human being science or knowledge is better than God's ability. God gave them, and we, the human being, cleans out. Now, when I was about 15, 20 years ago, I suffered with, spring allergy. I felt so painful, and I wanted to pluck out my eyes because so painful. Then at the time I was in the church, and then think about this way. Why I suffer in spring, every spring? Do I commit more sin in spring? It's nothing got to do with sin. It's because of spring allergy. Why we call that sin? It is the idea of animatism. 4,000 years ago. Why you believe that kind of belief 4,000 years ago, current time? Many people, had a chance, catching cold. Do you think that's a disease? If you think disease, then you have to confess your sin. But it is not because of sin. It is because of virus. So when you think about it a little bit, leprosy is not sin, and we should not call those unfortunate people sinner either. That's my opinion. What is yours? Thank you so much for your watching.